Okay. Namaste. Sun chakra. Sun is out here again. It's beautiful red cosmic skywalker day. It's the 30th of July 2014. It's a sunny day, as you can see. It's beautiful out. So it's early in the morning, and I'm trying to communicate from my heart and soul with you, the world at large, because, well, I know we're always connected, so I want to make everything transparent. I was just reading this message. Yes, we scan. It says that the judge in Holland, in The Hague, the Dutch state, has a free letter, I don't know how to translate it, to assemble big, huge amounts of data from her citizens through foreign services, secret services. So the NASA can just use anything that we put online according to the Office of Justice in The Hague. And it was court case of civilians against our Minister of Internal Security. This coalition will go in higher appeal. But for me, you know, what is most important is that we take responsibility as citizens for what we bring out in the world and what we want to keep private. So if I don't want NASA to scan me, I'll just have to take measures so they cannot scan me. I'm not very afraid of people scanning me, especially not in NASA, because, you know, we're so connected with the United States of America, at least I am, that my life is, you know, an open book. And I don't have to keep anything private except maybe my beloved's name, because, well, otherwise he might get into danger. So that's why I keep those things private, and I would like to be able to email with my beloved in a private way. At least. That's what I ask of the state, of my own state, the Netherlands, and thereby of the United States, because we're good old friends, but still, you know, some things have to be kept private. Oh, this is to introduce. I have this beautiful music, Mystic Mars, on the background from Dakini Mandarava. It's all available on Spotify. I'm so grateful for Spotify. Can't believe it. I have so many beautiful things on my Spotify that I would love to share with everybody. That I do share because there's, you know, there's possibility for everybody to listen to music, at least when they have a computer. Well, who doesn't have a computer these days? That is to say, if you're not in a war zone and you cannot be online openly because of all kinds of threats, like is happening at the moment in Afghanistan, in Iraq, and in Syria, and in so many countries, like in Gaza, now in Israel. It's just incredible what is happening there. I've been looking at a video yesterday, the story of Zionism. Well, that's appalling to me. I have to continue that because I couldn't take more than 30 minutes. I've been really, what I do, I like to do right, you know, so I note down a lot of things that struck me. And so it takes me a long time to watch a video like that because it's really having a big impact on me personally. But I like to share that with the world, and because I know we're all interconnected, you know. As long as there's one person in this world that is suffering from war, we're all suffering. You know, people may go on vacation. You know, a lot of my friends are now away on vacation on the beach, but I like to, you know, stick with the moment and be in the here and now and be aware of what is happening in the world at large. So that's why I'm on Facebook, on Google, and on YouTube, and on Twitter. And I like to share what is concerning me. So this is the message of the humanities team for Wednesday, July 30th. The original divine plan was for the sons and daughters of God to learn how to become co-creators with our God parents. Through our free will choices and our unique ways of thinking and feeling, the intent was for us to create new expressions of divinity that would increase the patterns of divine love and oneness in the causal body of God. This would expand exponentially the all-encompassing divine matrix that is our Father Mother's God's body. The next step of the unfolding divine plan by Patricia Cota Robles. I love it. You know, there's a Spanish translation for this message, a French translation. You can find it on www.humanitiesteam.french or FR or Spanish or English. Anyway, it's a daily inspirational message that I get, and I'm very grateful for that. I share it often. So then I go to my astrology program because, well, this is what's really guiding me always. In the meantime, looking at the dream spell calendar, because the dream spell calendar is my main inspirational source these days. We have just entered the new year, galactic year, Mayan year, of the red solar moon. And we are presently in the 4th day of that year. It started on the July 26th on the red moon, the red solar moon. That's why that is the solar seal for the whole year. Well, my birth seal is the red lunar moon. And that is the second tone. And the second tone is the tone that invites us, or actually challenges us, to polarize, you know. So we are in this world, me as a red solar moon, or red lunar moon, I mean, to challenge things, you know. Like if somebody says it's all black, then I say, okay, what's the white part of it? When somebody says it's all female, then I say, what's the masculine part? You know, so to equalize, to balance, to put things in harmony, I always try to look at it from the other point of view. So to come to the middle in a balance. And so that is my attitude, you could say. Because I don't think we should just go along with everything that happens, everything that's being said, because we have our own unique individuality, which we can, you know, sort things out, analyze things, and choose what we want to bring out into the world as our unique contribution. So this is what I'm doing actually. I've been looking from this point of view of, there is always two sides of war sides to look at things. But it's mainly to take up the challenge, of this life, to really cope with what is there. We can, like, as a child, I would always have big discussions with my dad. He was a good talker, and he was having lots of ideas in political views, economic views, social views, religious views. So as soon as I got a bit older, it was me who challenged him on his ideas to explore further and to add mine to it and to come to harmony as to what is binding us as father, mother, father, child, sister, brother, friends. So I think this is still my main intention, I'm sort of stabilizing, and the action is to stabilize thereby. We cannot just close our eyes for what is happening in reality. So when I see that this world is in turmoil, in chaos even, I will have to add my contribution to sort things out, to find out what is the truth behind all of this outward appearances, because mainly, it's our own attitude that is making out what we feel. Our thoughts create our reality. So this is about my birth seal, but then today there is this red cosmic skywalker. And it's on the 13th stone, which is always inviting us to take magic flight. So I'm taking magic flight today. We're in the red dragon wave spell on the last day. In the cosmic turtle moon. That's the first, on the magnetic bad moon. Sorry. Magnetic bad moon is the first moon in the Mayan calendar, the dream spell calendar, the short count Tzolk'in. And it has started on the first day of this year, 26th of July. So we're now on the 5th day in the magnetic bad moon, in the galactic year of the red solar moon. Okay, what can we say about that? Actually, it's a day today of which we can say I endure in order to explore. Transcending wakefulness. I love that. Yeah. Transcending wakefulness. I'm mostly very mindful, very awake to what's happening, all the signs that are happening within and without me. Day by day, I go with the signs in nature, in the, all that I feel and see and think is signs for me, are signs for me. So now the transcending this wakefulness means to get in tune with the collective again, to transcend my personal views and my personal feelings, my personal thoughts, and get in tune with what is happening in the cosmos at large, in this universe. So I seal the output of space with the cosmic tone of presence. And I am guided by the power of navigation. That's the idea, sail your own ship, be at the steering wheel. You don't know where it goes because you ride on the waves of love. But you can be at the steering wheel. It's not all without control of ourselves. So let me see what is happening on the astrological view. The sun is today in the 7th degree of Leo, and thereby in my 6th house, which means it's the work house, you know, where we try to contribute, we try to be of use also to others, to be a service to all. The moon is at exactly 13 degrees in Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign. It's an important principle. The Virgo wants to really order things, you know, analyze things in a very pure way. So this is what we are to do today. It's in my 7th house, which means I want to order my relation with others. The 7th house is the partnership, the companionship, relations that we have with our beloved ones. So I want to also get these things straight. So I always make my transits charts, and I've made one of my beloved, and I sent it to him yesterday in an email. I hope he has time to have a look at it because he's very busy. But okay, the moon in Virgo means work at hands. In my beloved is in a position that he cannot easily, you know, bring this out into the open. But his moon is touching him in his 12th house, which is the covered house, you know, the collective consciousness. It's the house where everything and everybody comes together, the field, we can say, the conscious or unconscious field. So his challenge will be with the moon in Virgo to really get in touch with that field, you know. And I would suggest if he get in touch with his heart and soul, you know, he will be fine, because he will feel the love that is there for him always, in always. Okay. The Mercury is in the 26 degrees of Cancer, and it touches me in my 6th house as well, and it has no aspects, but in my beloved's chart it touches him in the 11th house. The 11th house is the house of friendship, you know. There's a lot of planets in Leo and in Cancer now at the moment. The Sun and Jupiter and Mercury and Venus are in Cancer. They are all touching his, my beloved's 11th house, which means that he really gets in touch with true friendship. You know, what is true friendship? You know, there's 3 fields of relationships, at least in the chart, astrological charts: the 3rd, the 7th, and the 11th house. And the 3rd house is the relationship which we have with our daily contacts, you know, the people we work with, and the journals that we read, or the television that programs that we follow, or internet blogs, or whatever we do to communicate with the world at large. This is in the 3rd house. And the 7th house is this relation with the one important other, our beloved ones. And then the 11th house is the relation that we make with colleagues, friends, that we choose, you know, that we really consciously choose to be part of, because we have something in common. So I am trying to make clear hereby also that we have something in common too in that field, because, you know, for me the 11th house is so important, because my Sun and Mercury and Jupiter are in that house in my birth chart. So I always try to make connections with the people that I share the common beliefs with, you know, the belief in the true human rights. For me, this is you know, that we all want to be free. Free as responsible human beings, you know, we are free to choose what we take on in this life, you know, for our responsibilities. And then also the second principle that is for me very important is equality. So equality, each of us is equal in value, at least in the eyes of God, you know, we're really all divine beings. And so no one has to rely on others to be his own pure self. And I hope with all relations with our beloveds, but also with our families, we sort these things out, you know, we come and find out what is still lacking that makes us feel inferior or superior to others, you know, because really that's what's in the new age, what we really want to accomplish. Relationships, each of us has our own unique contribution. We're all part of the big plan, divine plan. And the third important thing that I want to put forth in this world, at least, is that we're all connected. You know, we're one human, angelic, galactic family. So nobody should be left out. So this is why I make the video, and I love to make the video because it's really important to state that once again. Okay, so Mercury was in Cancer, and it's touching me in the 6th house, but my beloved in his 11th house also. I hope he feels this, you know, because it's hard for him a bit, because he's in a very difficult situation. A lot of responsibility in his work, and he cannot escape from that easily because, well, they really need him there. Although he would love to get away for a little leave, you know, as well as me. But it seems quite hard to settle for free time. But there will come better times, you know, there's only a few months more and we'll be, for sure, there will be big changes. And then for the Venus transiting, it's on 14 degrees in Cancer. And so it's touching me in my 5th house. Venus in Cancer means that I really communicate from the heart, you know. I also am very mental, intellectual kind of person, but I really love to communicate from the heart also because, well, love is the most important and the highest vibration in our life. So if we can communicate from the heart, we can reach others more easily than with all this intellectual, you know, talks and explanations. So I really want to communicate from the heart, and it's the love that guides me always. I'm so much in love with my beloved. I want him to know that and feel that mostly, because we cannot even communicate always so clearly. In our dreams we do, I know. You know, we all get together in this other dream world, you know, we have conferences there and we discuss everything that's important for us all in this moment, you know, like what is the next phase of our unfolding of the divine plan, of which we are very important, you know, because we are co-creators, each of us in our unique ways. So that's with Venus. Venus is beautiful planet, and it really is the feminine part in us that is coming more and more into the foreground, and should also, because really we've had enough of all this male supremacy and all this fighting, you know. It's just no good for nothing. We want peace. We really need peace, you know, because in peace we flourish, you know, we can handle all things better in peace. So please, all soldiers, go home and take care of your families and your loved ones, and, you know, start a business in whatever field you're good in, and help each other, you know, and just forget about all this war. Okay, that's my appeal to all of you. And of course, if you have a contract, you have to sit it out, you know. You cannot just run away from war. If you have a contract, if you have signed for up for some kind of mission, and you have to fulfill your oath. But okay, there will come a time for each of you to be free, to choose whatever you like to do without fear of being killed or hurt or imprisoned or whatever. Okay, that's about Venus. Let's see what Mars is doing. Mars is really the planet that we put a lot of energy in. You know, it doesn't have to be warlike energy. You know, Mars is what we need to really come up for what we believe in. And this is what I'm doing now. Mars has entered Scorpio recently. And that's a very good sign, because Scorpio goes very deep. It's not a sign to play with. It's the most, insightful principle in the 12 zodiacal signs. And so when Mars enters Scorpio, it's really about getting into the depths of your soul to find out what is motivating you, and to really look at that clearly and see if there's anything that has to be cleared yet, you know, that is mainly out of fear or anxiety or sadness, you know, because we really have to come to this state of joy, you know, and the joy is when we really get in touch with our heart, and when we can really speak from our higher vision and not be limited by all this belief in that we cannot do it, and that we cannot come together, and that we cannot change this world. We can, you know, if only we believe in this power that we are uniting from this higher visions, and that we can do it together, as long as we do it from love and not from fear, because that doesn't work, you know. Fear is such a low vibration. So we really have to stand in our power, our divinity, claim our divinity. That's important. Okay, it's almost 30 minutes, so I'm closing off. I will look at this Mars later on in more detail. For now, I say bless you all. I wish you a beautiful day and beautiful month, and beautiful August, because we're almost entering August. And I wish us to connect from the heart always, in always. Thank you very much. Namaste.